to say something to make you not like me. You might catch feelings and you might want to fight me, but I don't really care, I'ma say it anyway. While most of many guys seem soft and gay, I'm not saying no, but a large amount. If you ever heard the words that come out of their mouth, yeah, they cuss like a sailor, but they follow my eye. They carry boots and wear makeup and thinking it's hot. I think they need to stop. This is a new era. I wonder if the brothers of a war mascara, if the problem was a death mask misunderstood. Don't let the D-boys get them up in the wood. I know why. Stop patrolling the block, we get shot by the cops, and we calling the cops. Come on, y'all was on the level. The black man was God, the white man the devil, and the white man, or better yet, the European and the Mars and the beam I was sold by Koreans. I'm talking what I'm saying. I'm just a reporter. How you call a woman to be, and you gotta do it. Talk to the Hebrews, the demonized women, and choose Esau over brothers and Kennedy. Probably timid, soft, and scared to fight. Yelling and wearing spikes, trying to fake me out right, but you can't prove me, but you make a little noise. Cause deep inside, y'all ain't scared no boy. Really wanna ride, let's take it to the beast. Get revenge for us people killed by the police. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't busting the brakes. It appears that you're real and you in love with hate. Correct me if I'm wrong, we all can get along. European psychology got us all wrong. You think we divided because I wear fez and she wear punk and he wear dreads, but the vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to wake you up and get you out of the bed. We go. Get you out the bed. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Oh yeah, I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. You think we divided because I got a fez and you wear punk and she wear dreads. You think we divided because I wear fez. The bitch don't start that, it starts in the head. And she wear punk and he got dreads. You want me to wake up too, so I'ma wake up you. So we can get together, do what we gotta do. We ain't done much since the prophet left. More standing on law, still in this mess. Haven't built the town, the hold us down. Paperwork can't feed us. We looking like clowns. I don't been in the temple, claiming follow the prophet, but I follow the prophet. I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody plays part of me, getting relief. The murder can be more, and that's all crazy. No fiends, OD in the hood. We wait for the chemical, you drink and serve. We fighting on the information, we got some nerve. They say that we conscious, we might know a little something, but we just run because we haven't done nothing. We lost. You think we divided because I got a fez and she got a cross and he got dreads. You think we divided because I got a fez and he got a punk and he got dreads. You think we divided because I got a fez? Yeah, Islam. I'm trying to be your friend, man. Trying to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a more like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about love, truth, peace, and freedom till I return to Allah. One day we gon' meet him. I'm all about justice. That's the focus of the message. Sometimes Asiatics make me wanna forget the lessons. I be all up in my passion from all the Moorish passion. All things considered, I start laughing. A grown man with a ponytail, enough to calling us Neanderthal, and he all pale. I mean, for real, this is what it comes to, my brother. We got nothing better to do to talk down to each other. Yeah, we can be scholarly, but we can get gutter. We are the children of our father, and the rest of our mother has nursed us all. And first of all, we beefing while the fiend trying to murder us all. You need to chill, my brother. Tell the elder the same, cause on the real, my man, I'm ready for them things. I can take the feds off and get it back in the low. And return to the state where they used to call me dope. But no, I'm rolling with the prophet of Allah. What love, not war. Standing on that floor, and I'm holding the square. The compass and the axe that might be too deep. Yo, let's not get off track. See, our prophet was an adept. Do you know what that is? An Egyptian adept is a brother who lived by the universal science developed in the Nile. We call it Islam, but it's the same, my child. Sit at the foot of a master. I train you up, but I might have to bang you up. I still love you. And those that's talking that this ain't Islam, everything the prophet taught is in the Quran. All the other stuff, prostrate and cover up is just the start. And there's space to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like a forget, but you can dress like a herb. By the most American Muslim unifies the word. You can say what you want about Dr. Doom, but he gave you different variations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate me. Appreciate the holy and divine true godly. People refuse to admit it. He the first that ever did it. Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we're here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess a Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Cause if we have to fight, you know how we did. I'm still learning to love. No, I'm not there yet. So work with me, baby, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929 when the prophet left the flesh. We got an Asiatic president, men murdering men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that said they conscious that took your fuck.
This man was teaching Islam here ahead of everybody else. That means ahead of Master Farad Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, of which in the nation of Islam you are taught under the strict religious blindness or binder that no Islam was here before Farad and Elijah. No knowledge was here before Farad and Elijah. No disrespect, but I love this Master Farad Muhammad.
Y'all, in 1913, this is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had God, we was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate, going hard on 35th State? Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, flags on his head? Hey, where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him, when they said he was a prophet but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey! Now what you gonna do about it? Prophet over to Ali, he knew about it. That's right. I'm the third and fourth generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate and all the crazy misinformation need to stop. Cause on the real, I think you were part of the plot to keep them on top and leave us at the bottom with the mouth you call the prophet in the house. You forgot him. Hey! You ain't fighting this war right. Bags under eyes have accepted full nights. Reading all the books and studying the law. When the prophet was a person, he set for us all. He left the street clearly cut on the south side. 30,000 on 49, ready to ride on food, on phone, on community. And I'm going with the prophet, don't know what you gonna do to me, huh? Where was y'all at in 1913? Hey! Elijah had birds, we was in the grave, the land of the North. Well, he was on the little crate, going hard on 35th State. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, flags on his head? I don't know where he at. Where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him, when they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is now. Hey, I hear you talking, but show me what you producing. The enemy loving, a weed here talking stupid. Up in the courts getting beat up in the hallway. The king towers on the ground, gonna be a long day. Make me wanna cry, I can't deny it. You see my people so misguided. Why in the world we so divided? All we gotta do is use what the prophet provided. Always trying to take the shortcut. Repeating weird stuff like we on a short bus. The world is watching. Our people waiting for us to stand up and go to more thinking, hey, where was y'all at in 1913? This is Way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had a bird. We was in the grave. The land of the Lord. Hey, where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th state. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Flag on his head. Hey.
I'm a fool. Got simple enough to know I'm a fool. And ain't gonna never argue with you that I'm not a fool. And wouldn't come in your house or come among you and say I'm a fool if I didn't feel in my heart, in my mind, in my soul that I am. Tell you, goddammit, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No fool. So if I say it, I mean it. If I mean it, sure. I say it. I understand, bro.
What was y'all in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had a bird. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. What was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th state. What was y'all when he only had the flag on Indiana Avenue? Fans on his head. Hey, what was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but still didn't kill him? When y'all let down, are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, the prophecy is down. Hey, the prophecy is down. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, the prophecy is down. Islam, 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 Islam. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your esteemed host, Brother Tahaka Bey, and today I'm going to touch on a topic that is really not so popular. Yes, by whose authority? I was going to call it by whose authority, but I wanted to bring those in who think they know law. Since those that have been saying for years and years and years, standing on law, being in law, being of law, being an outlaw, all of those who talk about law and they're standing on law. One of the things that we're going to discuss tonight with proof, as always, if anybody ever seen the shows that I do, I don't know about anybody else with the talking. I don't know about anybody else, but the ones that I do, I show proof. If somebody come at me sideways and I have to respond, I'm going to show proof on my position. Always. I'm going to always show proof. I promise you. If I don't do anything else, I'm going to show proof. And secondly, I will invite anybody on the show to challenge any information that I present. With that being said, first and foremost, I rise and give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. I give honor to his noble, illustrious prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to each and every one of you. I give honor to all those who are doing their work and uplift and follow humanity. Again, this show is to talk about something that seldom is talked about. One of the things in the Moorish Science Temple of America, you'll come to realize is that many people will start to say, who is the real Moorish Science Temple of America? And who has authority? And who has this and who has that? You know, and like I said, this may not be a popular topic. It just may not be, you know, because don't nobody want to be put on the hot seat. You know, all of these Moorish groups running around here, nobody wants to be put on the hot seat. And that ain't what this show is really about, for real. This show is really about to show the public what it looks like to be legitimate, illegitimate, or you may be on the fence after the show. So I say, help share this. Let people know we're talking about authority. Before I did the Myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik, right, leading up to the show called The Myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik, or the presentation, many people was asking me, what authority do you have? What authority do you have? And I'm like, you know, I was actually made a adat by D. Baliel. I was made a sheik by D. Baliel, Grand Sheik of a temple. But you ain't with Baliel. I say, well, Baliel and I have a pretty good relationship. Maybe you should call Baliel. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, That was one of the questions. And one of the questions that you'll hear throughout the Moorish or the Moorish National and Divine Movement, you will always hear somebody questioning somebody's legitimacy. You will hear that always, questioning somebody else's legitimacy. So I'm doing this show to put it on the record. And we're going to talk about legitimacy. I want to get my phone charged up. No, matter of fact, let me see real quick if I can. I need to get my phone charged up because by the time show end, I'm going to get a few brothers. I'm going to call a few brothers in, and we're going to talk about what authority really means. We're going to talk about trust. I should have changed the title. Authority, trust. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it on y'all. I'm going to change the title on y'all. I got to change the title because I want them trust guys to come in too. So let me see. Moorish National Movement. Authority, trust, and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, we're going to change. Because we're going to talk about this trust thing too. We're going to talk about this trust thing too. I messed up on that one. Let me make it right. Let me write. Authority, trust. We're going to talk about the trust. I got to get that right. I got to change the title. Hold up. By whose authority? I'm going to change the title. Work with me. Because we're going to talk about trust too. Whose authority? By whose authority? Okay, give me 1 second. I got to change the title on this. I just thought about that. I got a presentation about trust. By whose authority? Standing, should I say standing on law? I'm going to say standing on law. Standing, would they say standing on law, standing in law? I say they're standing on law. I'm standing on my square. So standing on law, and Noble Drew Ali's trust. And Noble Drew Ali trust. Because people be thinking it's a trust going on around here. But trust me, I'm about to break it down tonight. All right? So let me save that. See if I can. I think I got it. I think I saved it. By whose authority? Hold up 1 second. I got to put that in MST A. There we go. I think I got it right there. All right, give me a second. Y'all got to work with me. I just changed it. It might not show up on yours, but it's going to show up. It's going to show up when it reboot. You know what I mean? It's going to show up when it reboots. So let me reboot. Let me see if it shows up. I want them to come and check this out. They got to come and check this out. That's right. They're going to learn something today. There we go. Standing on law and Noble Drew Ali trust. There it go. That going to get them right. There we go. So, family, I want y'all to help me share this. I'm going to share it one more time on my Facebook page. I know it might not come out with the title, but I want to share it on my Facebook page because I want to teach a valuable lesson in a few seconds. I got to teach this lesson, and I want people to learn it. You know what I mean? I want people to learn it and learn it good. Give them something to think about. So give me 1 second. Here we go. Give me 1 second. And we're going to get rocking and rolling in 1 second. We're going to get rocking and rolling in 1 second. I'm getting one thing together. We're going to get rocking and rolling. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? We're going see, listen, this is one thing. You know, what gets me is when people say, oh, the temple don't teach law. The temple don't teach law. You know what I'm saying? You know, they say that. You don't teach civics. Oh, we for the national side of the movement. Well, I'm going to show you how basic this stuff is. I don't know why people want to try to make it like a holy grail of information when it's really basic. It's really basic. So give me 1 second. I'm going to grab me some water because it's really basic. This is what we're talking about right here. This is what we're talking about right here. Real basic stuff. You know what I mean? So let's get it started.
That seems right there, this lonely individual sitting in this club in the greens of the smoke signal. And my heart says, beware, situation critical. All out of space, straight to residual. I'm caught in the sand, it's sticky material. All I can declare is I'm lost the original. Path that's paid with the price that you paid with your life. It's got me stopping the bubbling away from the light. So all my steps like left, right, left. So never be blessed till my last breath. Cause even if it's nothing but your right chest, next can't stop striving till my life gets blessed. Gotta fight this flesh no matter who you might be. Cause what's true about me is the truth about me. It's much deeper than what you or I see. But if you are like me, you gotta walk my face. And
All the colors been hidden from history. You ain't know the color of misery, brown skin. You ain't gotta listen to tell you how I went. We've been through more troubles than others, times 10.
Family, I don't think they're really ready for this. I'm waiting for them to come on in. Do I gotta get my SETI voice? Huh? Do I need my SETI voice?
If I said I love you, then yeah, I meant it. The name's Cali Cole, but call me a lieutenant. Through lifetimes and lows, I strive to keep winning, but I'm about to explode if these coppers keep
y'all ready?
And it's right in your face, disgrace beyond
y'all ready?
Private Ryan, save face, till your partner stop killing. We need the power of the Christ.
Let's go.
Tonight we'll start healing. Then we'll work.
Here we go. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Let's get busy. Here we go. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. So first and foremost, family, welcome again to Moorish World TV. And this presentation right here is going to be straight to the point. We ain't gonna play with you because over the years, I've seen, even just as recent as a few months ago, people begin to start to get on people about their authority. And so, what is this authority, first and foremost? What is this authority anyway? I want to know what this really means. When somebody say, what authority do you have? I put a post on Facebook. Nobody want to respond to it. And they might think that I'm going to jump on them, but I was like, sirs, I want to know, what does this mean when you say you don't have no authority? Until this day, I don't know what that means. You don't have no authority. And I'm waiting for somebody to come forward and say exactly what that means. As of now, it shouldn't even be said no more. It shouldn't even be said no more because nobody came forward to try to define exactly what that means. When somebody look at another Moorish Science Temple of America or another group of Moors and say, you don't have no authority. It's a group of Moors that pride themselves in saying that they have the authority and that nobody else have the authority. And so my thing is, from brother to brother, from brother to sister, exactly what does that mean? And you can leave it in the comment section after the show or in the chat. I'm not going to put you out. I really want to know what that means. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to talk about what authority actually is. But the question still remains, by who and when? Family, I'm about to share some stuff with you now. We're about to get busy. Buckle up your seatbelt. Let's go for a ride. This is the all-new Moorish World TV. Look at the set. Let's start fresh. Time to learn now. You're going to learn today. Family, what you're looking at right here is the Secretary of State of Illinois and Baltimore. Why Baltimore? Because I am in Baltimore. Now, I probably could go to Detroit. I probably could go to Florida. I probably could go through California, and you will see the same thing. What you see on these screenshots here is filings for the Moorish Science Temple of America. And so now it begs to ask, by whose authority? Now the question remains, which is the Moorish Science Temple of America? Would the real Moorish Science Temple of America stand up? Come forth. Come on, Lazarus. Come forth. Would the real Moorish Science Temple of America come forth? See, if we go by the Secretary of State, the Secretary of State has allowed tons of filings under the name the Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish Science Temple Incorporated Subordinate, Moorish Science Temple of America, Prophet Ali Incarnated, Moorish Science Temple of America, Temple number 13. See, the Secretary of State has allowed all of these to be legal standing entities. All of these are legal standing entities, every single one of them. How do we know that? If we didn't, they wouldn't be on the Secretary of State website. So if this is authority, then we see that there's tons of authority. According to the website. According to the website. I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to let this sink in. That when somebody's questioning and say, what authority do you have? Okay, I'll give you something better. If you have the authority, which one of these are you? And why are you letting people perpetrate a fraud in your name if you have the authority? See, this evil is a myth. This evil is a myth. I'm letting it sit for a minute because I want it to sink in. You know what I mean? I want it to sink in. That if you're asking, this is for those, this show is only for those that's always asking people about their authority. I want this to sink in because if you have the authority, the Secretary of State is saying something different. They letting some stuff fly through up in here. There's the proof. I'm not making this stuff up. Now, that's the start. I hope y'all getting this. Let it sink in. This information right now is rhetorical, but it's about to get heavy. Many people think that there is some power in 10-10-5905. I don't understand why they think that it's some power in this 10-10-5905, because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there is no power in 10-10-5905. Many people are going to be mad at me, but they're going to have to get mad. I'm going to tell you again, anybody can come and prove me wrong if they have the ability to. But I'm telling you that there is no power in 10-10-5905. 10-10-5905, what people like to call a trust, is nothing but, as Walker L. say, a doc number. It's a file number. It's a reference number. It's a number like the decimal, the Dewey Decimal. It's a number so you can file the document, so you can find the document filed. Let me cut my camera real quick. 10-10-5905 is a file number so you can find the document filed. That's all it is. Don't let nobody tell you that it's a trust number. And I'm going to prove that to you as the show go on. It's a file number to show you where a document filed. That's all it is. It's no special hocus pocus to 10-10-5905 that people like to try to make pretend. I'm telling you. And I'm going to break this down. I'm going to give you proof. As you can see on the document as filed by the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, As you can see, this is a clear document. You don't got to figure this out. It's a clear document. You can see it clear as day. 10-10-5905. Matter of fact, they're doing you some good and some justice because they're going to tell you exactly after you get this number, they're going to tell you where the book and the page to find it on. They're going to help you out. This is only a file number. This is not a trust number. I'm going to prove it to you in a minute. Remember I said that. This is not a trust number. But unfortunately, many people think that this is a trust number. Many people think that it's a trust number. It's not. I'm going to say it again. It's just a file number. One of the people that think it's a trust number is my friends over there in Baltimore of the Moorish National and Divine Movement. It says, this is from their website, and I'm just calling out the truth. I don't really want to call anybody names, but I just found this go in line with what I'm talking about. So one of the questions is, question number 6 on the website was, where does SSN number 10-10-5905 appear, and what does it represent? And then the answer is, on August 1st, 1928 at 2:52 p.m., Form 1099 was filed for the record, and Book 521 on page 579, Affidavit SS 10-10-5905. This number is also the number of the affidavit of the corporation, religious affidavit, and that's right, filed for the records, and that's right. But now where it goes wrong is that when they really think that it's some really miracle power or some miracle fix with this number. And so you'll look at it, it says, the process register Moors was established under copy book 521, filed number 539, record 147 in the National Archives General Services. Now, where the spin comes is that this that I'm reading have nothing to do with the other one that I just read. Copy book 521, you can find the author of the register. This has nothing to do with the other one. So if you go on to the website, it will give you ambiguous connections, but one has nothing to do with the other one. This is a fact. Not because, as you can see, this is filed in Washington, D.C. National Archives. It has no connection to this filing right here. Why did they put it on? Because they really think it's some power in the number 10-10-5905. It's only a reference number. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It's only a reference number. And one thing you have to understand is about this reference number takes you to a document, and the document is a file document that represents what is called Herds Revised Statute. And in order to understand how Herds Revised Statute, and I'll read that in a little bit, in order to understand how Herds Revised Statute truly work, you have to read Herds Revised Statute. It has nothing to do with this other stuff. You see? Now watch this. Here's another group that think that there's power in this number. They actually made their own charter, duplicated the signature of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and hey, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Go ahead and do your thing. But my job is to show you that the power is not in the number, but people think it is. It says, under the authority declared, recorded, published on Form 1099, document 10-10-5905, Cook County, book 521, page 579, August 1st, 1928. Then they begin to talk about the Circle 7, the Constitution and bylaw, and if you understand Moorish science, it's not even a book called a Circle 7, but hey, that's the nickname. And if you want to make that a legal a legal name for the pamphlet, then by all means. I'm just telling you that this 1010 number has nothing to do with the Holy Quran and the Moorish Science Temple of America, chapter 47, the Constitution and bylaws of the Holy Temple of Science, Religious Corporation Act. Now, I get that, but what you need to do is study Religious Corporation Act. You know what I mean? What you need to study is Religious Corporation Act, as opposed to trying to impose this number. And these brothers here or sisters, they have formed the Moorish consulate, and they think by the authority of that number. Family, here we go. I got a treat for you. Y'all ready for me? Check this out. Listen to my bro, Sharif Anil Bey, and on the cleanup is good brother from the United States of America Republic, the President Cannon Bey. Let's go.
I think very deeply. I think
Mutation. Didn't I say that whole redemption scheme took a real nasty mutation in the movement? How many of you have seen that before? There is no, I'm sorry, this is going to make some people upset.
So family, hold on. What we're about to deal with is the trust now. Let's get straight to it. We're about to deal with this trust.
That whole redemption scheme took a real nasty mutation in the movement? How many of you have seen that before? There is no, I'm sorry, this is going to make some people upset.
Demonstrate more.
Now, using the general sense of the term trust, yes, one exists. Just like a vast estate exists. But there ain't no parcel of land that you're just gonna wake up one morning and say is mine. It's not what the vast estate is. There is a trust, but it ain't that. The express trust fallacy began with a brother of the late Frank Louis Gill Bay. Who heard of him? I know you have, but man, we know. We were around. We submitted and spoke to the man. Still got the angry go. All the judge had to do was say, well, Mr. Gill Bay, what was the organization founded? He said, Mr. Gill Bay, who was the trustor? He said, who's the trustee? He said, I. He said, when did Noble Drawley pass away? He said, 1929. He said, when were you born? In its present iteration, it is used as the foundation for the Moorish redemption scam. Scam. You're confused, brother. In verse or instruction 7, their dominion and habitation extended from northeast to southwest Africa.
So listen, Brother Sharif is breaking down this illusion of the trust. And this segues from the 10-10-5-9 demonstration, where people think that this is a trust. So pay attention, because in this video, what you have is Brother C. Cannon Bey is coming behind to try to disprove Brother Sharif. But now I'm going to come behind C. Cannon Bey and show you the real facts, because Brother Sharif ain't got time to play with it. But I want you to get the real facts, and then I might even give Brother Sharif a call and get him to expound further on this trust. But pay attention. Let's check it out.
Across the Great Atlantis, even to the present North, South, Central America, also Mexico and the Atlantis Islands, before the Great Earthquake, which caused the Great Atlantic Ocean. And that is taken, Frank Louis Gilbert said, that is the deed that describes, that's the deed of advance, and that describes our vast estate. So we have inherited a whole continent. So just by saying I'm a Moorish American with the name Ayla Bay, I own land. Thus, I'm a citizen of the land.
Okay, this man is misleading people. Okay, he said the trust is a fraud. This is a simple one to debunk, to show that he's misleading our people. Now, I'm on the internet. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Cook County.
Here we go, family.
Oh, there it is right there.
Here we go.
Cook County Recorder of Deeds. Forms, locations, right here. Okay. Cook County Recorder of Deeds, Karen Yarborough. Okay. This is the Cook County Recorder of Deeds site. Now watch. We're going to go to click here to access the 2020 Perfect Vision to search portal. We're going to go to search public records. Okay, now we're going to go over here to search criteria. Let me make sure that you see it. See that? Search criteria. Look what we have here. It says trust number search. Trust number search. Let's click that. Okay. Now we're going to go over here and say trust number. We're going to put in 10105905. Let's see what happens when we enter that into the search engine. If the trust don't exist, why do this come up saying trust number? If the trust does not exist, how come it comes up on the Cook County Recorder of Deeds site as a trust? This man is misleading the people. He's misleading the people. I don't have.
All right. So y'all see that, right? So he said that since it comes up on the site as trust, then what happened is he's misleading the people. This is why we got to pay attention, family. Now, let me show you what's so goofy about this. And I'm not calling my brother goofy, but the act is goofy. Here's the site. All right? We right on the site again. I mean, here's the site. Y'all with me? Here is the site. Now, what he did was, I'm going to reverse and do it over because I want you to see that right here. I put the trust number in. I've already jumped to this, but just in case, we got some complaints. Let's start all over. Search criteria, trust number, hit trust number. Oh, let me start it all over. Let's start it all over. Just so there won't be no, oh man, he done did this, he done did that. So let's just search criteria, trust number. There it is. We're going to put in 10105905. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to search it, right? And now, under this trust number, you see 10105905. But what he doesn't tell you, when it was created. Look right here. It was created, this trust was created 10/10/2012. Or it was recorded. You see, this is the part he didn't tell you. Go back to the group list. Go to Noble Drew Ali. And this one got TR like trust. Look at the grantee. Again, you will see that this was created 9/28/2010. I'm going to do one more, but you can go and do it yourself if you got time to look up each and every one of them. And you will see, no matter what, even this one, 9/28/10. Let me go back to the list. Let me go down. Let me turn the page. Let's go to another page, to Sheik D. Lewis L., who think that there's a trust. This was created 4/10/2015. I'm going to do one more. I would love to see my brother Where's my brother? See if I can catch my brother on here because he love trust. My brother Love L. Let me see if my brother Love L on. He should be the first on here. There you go. Lionel Love L, who believes in this trust theory. Let's see when this trust that he believed in was created. Love L. Is that the right one? Oh, he's right here. Let's see. He created that. It was recorded in 3/10/2011. If Prophet Noble Drew Ali left a trust in the sense of this number 1010-5905, we would be able to find it whether online or you could go to the office the same way that you would find the recording number as he set up the body politic. You will be able to find it. If you cannot find it, it doesn't exist. You can't go and file an affidavit and call it a trust and then say the prophet left a trust. And then when you put that number in, because you named the trust and you gave that trust a number, and anybody who filed gave it that number, you gave it a filing number. And man, look, let me show you how crazy this is. I leave the floor if anybody want to prove me wrong. Anybody, let me pull it back up. Anybody who says there's a trust, what they did was, what they won't tell you, but I know better, what they did was they gave it a trust number. And that number that they gave it was 1010-5905. That's the number they gave it. So, of course, it's going to have the trust number 1010-5905. You think that they distribute all of these trusts with one number? Come on. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. They gave it a trust number. And all of them giving it the same number. Why? Why are they giving it the same number? Because they think it's power in a filing number. Did you see how crazy this is? They think that it's power in a filing number, which doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. They think it's power in this number right here. They really do. And this is why I'm doing this so people who are not familiar and run across this information don't get caught up with this information. I mean, listen, if it is a trust, it's not in this filing number, because if it was, it would be dated back to 1926, 27, 28, 29, or from 1913, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They got confidence in a filing number. Y'all see this? It's a saying by Prophet Noble Drew Ali where he said, you can't play with this, it will tear you up. And in this hour, it's tearing people up. It's tearing them up. So look, let's move on. As you can see, this is the trust number that they created when they filed it. That's just what it is. He's saying, so why did this number come up? Because the filer created the number. That's why, Cannon Bay. The same way when you go file an affidavit and they say the trust number, you put the trust number on it. So, here you go. This one was created in 5/11/2015. That's it. There it is. 5/8. And that's a good point that my brother Walker L make, that the prophet scratched out trustee, right here, and put appointed. I mean, put Sheiks. But right here. That's a good point, Brother Walker L. Make. Yeah, we understand. We waking up, man. Praise the Lord. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Absolutely. That's right. He crossed out elected and put appointed, and trustees, he appointed sheiks. There it is. Great point, brother. But we're going to go on. Now, so when you see that, don't fall for it. Now, when they talk about this vast estate, they think this number is the trust of the expressed estate, vast estate. It's false. Stop wasting your time. You know what I mean? Stop wasting your time. We got to stop wasting that time with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. Join a functional Moorish Science Temple of America, somebody that know what they're talking about. Even this brother here, he did a whole video about trust. Noble Drew Ali Trust. This brother right here, he sends a letter to Cook County and filing his trust. He says, I Sheik, and move us out my way. I Sheik, Kenny Alvin Martinell, do solemnly affirm that the following person, Sheik is Lisa El Shabazz El, Sheik Mahaman Al Mateen Bey, Sheik Jazz Uriel Bey, Sheik Terry Stumblefield Bey, Sheik Kenny Alvin Martinell were appointed officers with the powers and duties similar with trustees of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a body politic, and an ecclesiastical government according to the uses and customs, rules, articles of association, constitution, etc., etc., etc. Now, what is that all about? So, and he also has a seal on it. What is that all about? So what he did is he went and filed the affidavit to say that, you know, he is basically a ward of the trust. And on this back page, whereas the 1099 affidavit filed by Prophet Noble Drew Ali on August 1st, 1928 at 2:52 p.m. and Cook County recorded deeds, document number 1010-5905, book 521, page 579, was served as a delegation of authority. So he even think the docket number, as he call it, is a delegation of authority. You see, he think it's a delegation of authority. He do. He writing this. Let me spread it out. Maybe you don't see it. He think this same filing number is a delegation of authority. You see, under which the Moorish Science Temple of America shall conduct its business. I'm gonna break that down to you in a minute. I mean, whereas the delegation of authority is an instrument whose source is sovereign authority and the nature of grant either to a whole nation or to a class portion of it. That is not what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali filed. That is not what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I'm going to show you what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali filed in conjunction with this document right here. I'm going to just give you a sample of it. And I want you to go do your homework. Don't let nobody play you with this stuff. You know what I mean? So look. What you see right here is a letter to Lovell, my good brother Lovell. Can't wait to see him. I like the brother. I disagree with him 100,000%. But I can't wait to see him. He's very passionate about this trust thing. His whole movement is about this trust thing. But let's look at what the recorder's officer, Karen A. Yarborough, tells him. Listen closely. In the past few days, the Cook County Recorder Office of Deeds has received several forms of email correspondence from you regarding concerns that you have involving the organizational documents and other documents related to the Moorish Science Temple of America, MST of A, quote, unquote. I'm writing to address your concerns to clarify the role of the CCRD, Cook County Recorder of Deeds, has the custodian, understand what custodian means, are the custodian of public records. Do you know what that means? That 1010 number is just being held. Many of your concerns were raised in the form of numbered question. CCRD's response to these questions are as follows. This is what she tells Brother Lovell. In her capacity as Register of Turin's titles, what is the full scope of the fiduciary duty owed to document 10-10-5905? In other words, where my bread at? Where my land at? What is the duty owed to this document and resulting entity? The Moorish Science Temple of America as a body politic name in said document. All right. In her capacity as Register of Turin titles, what is the full scope of the fiduciary duty owed to document 10-10-5905 and resulting entity, the Moorish Science Temple of America, as a body politic named in said document? Right? Now, pay close attention. This is what Miss Karen says to our good brother. Response. And I'm going to read it slow and I'm not going to yell. After reading your question, I assume that you are asking what the recorder's duties and responsibilities are in relation to this and other documents. In this regard, the recorder has two specific duties and responsibilities. Listen close. It has two specific duties and responsibilities. First, the recorder is responsible for recording documents that are entitled to be recorded. I'm going to say it again. First, the recorder is responsible for recording documents that are entitled to be recorded. Secondly, the recorder has the responsibility of being the custodian of all recorded documents. That's it. So everybody running to the recorder's office chasing this document, everybody running through that chasing this document is in for some problem. You know, everybody is, because there's only one duty for this office. And that one duty is to be the custodian of the document. Now, document 10-10-5905 is an affidavit of organization under the Religious Corporation Act 805. ILCS 110 ET sequence SEQ. Under the Religious Corporation Acts, there are specific requirements that need to be met in order for the document to be recorded pursuant of the Act of 805. At the time that this document was presented to CCRD, it met all those requirements and it was recorded. That's it. It was just recorded. As a custodian for this document, another recorded document, unless specifically restricted by law, the documents are made available for purchase by the public. See 55 ILCS. In other words, if a customer requests to purchase a certified or non-certified copy of this document, the CCRD will provide such a copy. You follow me? It's only a recorded document. I want everybody to understand this. The only purpose of Cook County Recorder of Deeds is to record documents and to be the custodian thereof. And those documents will have standing if challenged and they defeat the challenge. That's it. It would have standing only if they're challenged and those challenged are defeated. Because the recorder is taking the affidavit and it goes on the record. That's what it is. Like we say, for the record. Okay, now let's get into the good part. Since we got that, all that old trust stuff and all that other stuff, we got that out the way. Now, let's go to the next part. Remember, this is called by whose authority, right? So, here is the prophet's authority from an old newspaper during the time of the prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? And as you can see, again, you'll see that 1010-5905 is filed for the record. So you can be able to find it. So it can be located. And this is the same thing we just read. So there's no need to go all into that. But it's filed for the record. I did all of this research of this paper just to show you that the 1010-5905 is just a file number. You see, it's just a file number. Thank you, Better Wolf. Yeah, brother, we on a new level. We on a new level, brother. We're going to teach the people so they stop chasing these mystery gods. So here we go. This 1010 has become a mystery god for some Moorish Americans or Moorish nationals who think that there's some power in this 1010. There is no power in it. None whatsoever. You know what I mean? Now, we're going to go to the next level. Y'all with me? Oh, y'all going to learn today. This channel is going to be dedicated to teaching you something. Now, let's talk about corporate seals. Because remember, this is called by whose authority. Now, let's talk about corporate seals. When you look at corporate seals, they have one expressed purpose, or maybe two, but one primary purpose. Let me cut this off. Family, when you look at a corporate seal, right? When you look at a corporate seal, it has one primary express purpose. Yeah, we're looking at corporate seals. We're looking at corporate seals because many people think that there's power in this corporate seal that everybody put on their books, that they put on their nationality card, that they put on their charters that they got from Kinko's. They think that it's a power in these seals. So we're going to talk about seals. All right? We're going to talk about seals because we ain't going to have this no more. You see? And again, I would welcome anybody who think that they know to come sit at the table with your video, or we can meet up and we can compare lessons. We can compare lessons. Game time over. The jokes is over. Now, let's talk about seals. Seals have one express. There you go. Authenticate documents. There it is, brother. Walker L again. Brother, you about to get on my panel, brother. You about to get on my panel. Let's talk about seals, though. How are seals developed? All right? Since everybody like to talk this stuff, but they got this authority. They got this authority. First of all, what you see right here is a seal of the state of Maryland, Robert J. Smith, landscape architect. That's its seal. This seal right here, state of Maryland, George Washington, landscape architect. These are just example seals. Feel what I'm saying? See this? United States Court of Appeals, Ninth Circuit. See that? And then you got the seal, Organic Acres LLC. They also have a seal. They're a limited liability company. But let's talk about these seals. As my brother Better Wolf said, proven. Absolutely. Now, a corporate seal is a stamp used on documents in order to formally show the corporation's approval and agreement. I want you to remember that. As my brother Starheart said, I think that's my brother. If it's my sister, I'm not sure. Let me know. A corporate seal is a stamp used on documents in order to formally show the corporation approval and agreement to the contents. Again, the corporation's approval and agreement to the contents. The corporate seal usually contains the corporate name, date, and place of incorporation, and normally kept with the corporation secretary. In most states, a corporate seal is no longer required and does not have any significant legal meaning, as the distinction between sealed and unsealed document has been abolished. The corporate bylaws normally specify which officers have the authority to bind the corporation when signing documents. All right? Here's the prophet seal for the Moorish Divine and National Movement of North America from 1916, May 1st, right? And it says, I don't need to read that because that goes to my other, I just wanted to show that. No, matter of fact, I do want to read that. It says, the company seal, we're talking about a corporation seal here, not this seal that you see on the left, the prophet seal. I just wanted to show the prophet seal. The company seal is a tool used to stamp or emboss your company's important documents in order to show the document is certified by and agreed upon by the board of directors of the company. The company seal contains the company name, the year of incorporation, and the state in which the company was filed. All right, remember this. And it was agreed upon by the board of directors, right? Don't forget that part. Don't forget that part. Don't forget that part, that it was agreed upon by the board of directors, right? So now, how do I get a corporate seal? First of all, register your corporation with the state. Corporations are governed by state, not federally. So, if you see those with this corporate seal, you must see if they're registered by the state. This is the corporate seal of the Moorish Science Temple of America, mind you. All right? As it said, it's the name of it. It has the date as well as the state. Anybody that has this seal, I'm going to tell you, anybody use this seal, it tells you, register your corporation with the state. Corporations are governed by the state, not federally. When you go back to here, it says that it's agreed upon by the board of directors. Whoever wielded this seal should have the board of directors, should have the corporate filing to match this. You might don't like it, but it is what it is. So again, it says, how do I obtain a corporate seal? Register your corporation with the state. Corporations are governed by the state federally. Head to the local office supply store. This is what everybody does. They go to the local supply store, design a corporate seal. They design that corporate seal. They choose an embosser. They purchase the corporate seal. They bypass what I got circled in red because they say the prophet already did that. However, are you on the board of directors? Are you on the board of directors? Those who, all right, let that go real quick. Now, a corporate seal usually contains the corporation name, date, and place of incorporation, and is normally kept with the corporation secretary. Now, let's go back up here. Which one of these are in charge? Which one of these are in charge of this corporate seal? It can't be all of them. It can't be. It got to be one or none, but it can't be all. It got to be one or none. It can't be all. This is a rhetorical question. Think about it. It can't be all unless this corporate seal It's for show now. Yeah, you might not like it. It got to be one or none. Because I'm going to tell you, 5 different people can't use McDonald's corporate seal. It's just not going to fly. Not even 5. What I just shown you is over 50 incorporated Moorish Science Temple of America with the Secretary of State. And that's just a small number. So I'm asking, by whose authority? Don't fret, family. Don't run. We all right. See, those who doing the work, they understand. Those who really doing the work, they understand. But let's get busy. So, in closing on that segment of the corporate seal, you can't have everybody claiming this corporation. It got to be one or none. For 25 people, 30 people, and 30 different locations cannot all claim the same seal unless they are part of the same organization, board of directors, and they moving in the same direction. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. But I'm going to help you to figure it out. I'm like Dane Calloway. I'm just here to get you to think. If I get you to think, you can say it yourself. You know what I mean? I'm just here. What Dane Calloway say? I'm just here to get you to think. That's right, Walker L. Only if they're part of the same entity. You're right, brother. You about to be on the panel, brother. Brother, you're going to see what I'm getting to. Okay, let's deal with charter. Man, this is serious, man. This is serious information. Now, a charter is a document issued by 1, government that gives rights to a person or group. 2, a document that declares that a city, town, or school or corporation has been established. A document that describes basic laws, principles, etc. of a group. And that's just the basic running dictionary. That's just the basic. You know what I mean? The dictionary definition. And ours would represent a corporation. The Charter of the Moorish Science Temple of America would represent a corporation, right? So Jonathan Scott Bay saying a question. So would my company be able to be incorporated within the MST of A? Brother, that depends upon what group you are a part of and how adept they are to understanding the mechanics of the setup of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That's the deciding factor. It depends what group you're a part of. You know what I mean? It depends what group you're part of and how well they understand how the prophet set up his movement. Depends. So here we go with charters saying Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. These are 2 different charters. Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. As we see, the seals are on the charters on the left. This is another charter of a Moorish group that they use. Here we go with Brother Cujo and another brother. They have charters. Same thing. It says, one says Moorish Holy Temple of Science of the World, and one says Moorish Science Temple of America on the left. Then we have charters like this: Moorish American Republic, Moorish Science Temple of America. That's another charter. Now the question begs to ask, which charter represents the legal standing of the Moorish Science Temple of America? There's 2 there. There's 2 there. There's 1 there. The charter is a reflection of this seal, goes with the charter, and is a reflection of this, which is directs you straight to hers provide statute. So the question becomes, the charter, is it a print off from Kinko's, or is it a legitimate charter with legal standing? Which charter is legitimate with legal standing becomes the question. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Family, this is the thing. I'm going to Google something for you real quick. And I want you to walk with me real quick. Let me Google something for you real quick. I'm going to Google charter of, since I see my brother in here, Atlanta. Let's look at the charter of Atlanta. Let's see if Atlanta has a charter. Of the city of Atlanta. Let's see if Atlanta have a charter. Here we go. Okay. All right. I need to pull it up because if I... Okay. Okay. Here's the city of Atlanta charter. I'm making a point here, family. Here we go. To have legal standing, absolutely, my group understand, Brother Jonathan Bay. You see what I'm doing, right? You see I'm breaking it down. To have legal standing lawfully, your charter must be a living document. What you're looking here right now is the charter of the city of Atlanta. And let's look at the Bill of Rights. The council, the mayor, and all departments of government of the city of Atlanta shall be guided by the provision of this Bill of Rights. This is a live document. This is a live document. Religion and conscience. The city of Atlanta should not interfere with the freedom of each person in the city to follow the dictates of his or her own conscience concerning religious worship, nor shall the city support any religion. This is their charter. This is a living document. In other words, it can be enforced in the court of law. When you have a charter that you have gotten from Kinko's or from a Grand Sheik or a Supreme Grand Sheik, the question begs to ask, can it be enforced in the court of law? Because if it cannot be enforced in the court of law, it's not a legal document. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's all right. But y'all gonna see in about 3 or 4 months where I'm taking y'all. If it cannot be enforced in a court of law, it is not an illegal document. It's not a living document. What you're looking at is a charter, and every city has one. Every great company has one. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali have charters to be issued to every state throughout the United States. But can it be enforced? The charters that we call the Prophet's charters. Family, I know y'all going to be upset with me. Hey, listen, I've done a lot of research. While y'all thought I was hooping and hollering, I was building up for this moment to really teach you something. Now, remember, this is on the record. This is on the record. This is on Moorish World TV on YouTube. You can go back, rewind, you can check. You can email me at taakabay@yahoo.com, and you can say, brother, I disagree with this part. And I say, okay, brother, let's sit down and reason. Sister, let's sit down and reason. We can sit down and reason. I'm trying to tell you, a charter is a living document. If you cannot enforce it in the court of law, it's not living. it's a picture on the wall. In the words of my brother Tunica L, I got a picture on the wall. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, it's a picture on the wall. In the words of my brother Tunica L. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Don't be mad at me. You see what I'm saying? Picture on the wall. Oh, you smarter than the prophet, huh? Shout out to my brother Tunica L. But listen, family, don't be mad at me. Listen, we're trying to wake up. We're trying to wake up. And either we're going to wake up or we're going to stay asleep. That's it. I represent the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples, as you can see behind me. And I even will entertain any challenge on that. I will entertain any challenge on that. But let's get right to it. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me, family, because this is one of the ones that makes you think. So now let me explain something to you right quick. When you look at back to the charters real quick as I go to the next demonstration, when you look at charters, they are legal documents with legal standing and enforceable. If you can't enforce them, if you can't enforce them, they are not legal. You got a picture on the wall. This is the fact of the matter. It's just the fact of the matter. Now, what you see right here is these corporations that are in good standing and dissolved. Now, if they're in good standing, of course, you most likely can use charters, whatever, to enforce something. If your charter is set up in the proper way, like the prophet did. That's not my argument. How you set up your temple, how you set up your organization is not my thing. But next thing I want to talk about is this home rule. When people say that I'm Moorish Science Temple of America, home office under home rule, MST of A, HOHR 805. Now, again, when people say that they're home rule, and I've heard many times that I'm home rule, I'm filed and I'm recognized in Cook County. I go to Cook County and I'm recognized. This is what people like to say that do home rule. One person in particular likes to do that. So the point of the matter is, when you say that you're home rule and that you're recognized, you're the only one that's recognized under 1010 5905, whatever the number is, my bad. When you say you are, let's just go check out home rule. Unfortunately, you don't come up in Cook County. This home rule municipal corporation right here. Let me refresh this. Let me refresh it. I'm gonna refresh it for you. Let me refresh it. And let's look at, let's just do a search. And we just gonna search home rule. This is easy. Since people like to say I'm the only one let's do search criteria. Since I'm the only one that I'm the only one, legal description search. Let's check it out. Oh, my bad. Let's look at trust search. Let's check out home rules. See, because the brother do talk about trust and home rule. Oh, my bad. I'm hitting something wrong. Oh, I'm hitting something wrong. Let me see. What am I hitting wrong? Subdivision search, purchase search. Nope, that ain't right either. Grantor search. Let's look up home rule. It's what it takes. That's what it takes. There you go. When we look up home rule, let's see what we have. We have Home Rule Municipal Corporation, Higgins Road, 9460 Higgins Road. Okay. This is in the Rosemount Home Rule Municipal Corporation. This is not the one we're looking for. This is not the Moorish Science Temple of America Home Rule. I don't think they are in Rosemount Municipal Corporation. Okay, let's check again. We're looking for the MST of A HOHR Home Rule Organization. Okay, here we go. Again, this is Country City Home Rule Unit Government. They're not it either. They're not it either. See, we can't keep lying to people. We can't keep lying to people. Go come back and get you. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to check Home Rule Unit Government, Cook County. We're going to check every home rule here. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Home Rule Dalton. He's the grantor. Okay? It's not there. It's not there. So, we're going to go back to one more. We're going to go to Home Rules LLC. Here we go. Home Rule Estate Corporation. Now, if any of those are the Moorish Science Temple of America, you can email me at tahakabay@yahoo.com. You know, I'm looking for something at the same time. So give me 1 second. I'm looking for something at the same time. So the point that I'm trying to make with you is that when you start talking home rule, you know, you're going to have to prove what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Because at this stage of the game, we don't have time to play. So when we have the poster child of home rule, and I'm going to point it out one more time, that always goes around says that if any sheik can prove that they not filed next to the prophet, that any sheik can prove that they filed on the prophet. Brother, we need you to prove. We need you to prove that your home rule standing is legit. Because according to the Department of Deeds, Cook County, there is no Moorish Science Temple of America filed under home rule. There is none. You can fool some people some of the time, but there is none. There is none. And I would challenge anybody to produce thereof. Because and I will apologize, because according to the public record, it doesn't exist. It's a fantasy. When one says, we are home rule, we are recognized by Cook County, and then even to venture and say, oh, y'all going to the Secretary of State, but we are honored in Cook County. My name is under the 1010-5905. That's what the brother says. But upon further research, we find that there is no standing of home rule Moorish Science Temple of America in Chicago. There isn't. Chicago is a home rule state. I mean, yeah. Illinois is a home rule state, but there is no standing in that. So let's talk about what this document is all about, and we're going to wrap it up. So what this document is all about right here, when the prophet filed this document right here is only a file. I want y'all to understand. This document is only a file. Let me show you what happens. Let me show you what happens. This is how it happens. I truly believe that anybody who leads a group of Moors, you know what I mean? Anybody who leads a group of Moors should take some business classes. The reason why I know this the way I know it is because I know a little bit about business. Matter of fact, I have a business that's right now, it's not in good standing because I forgot to file my yearly or annual report. So I filed my annual report in good standing. I mean, I just forgot. I just was so busy. I was like, oh man, it came up on me that fast. So I know a little bit about business, just a little bit. So in order to understand how sales works, how contract works, how corporate documents work, you have to know a little bit about business. Other than that, you're just playing a game saying that you have something that's legal and have standing in law, and it really doesn't. It really doesn't. And you go to court and you wonder why they look at you like you're crazy because you're not legally operating or set up in the way that you think you are. You just can't create charters and say I mean, matter of fact, you can. Religious freedom allows you to do that. However, they're not enforceable. They're not enforceable. They're enforceable by those who are subordinate to you. And they're enforceable by those who raise you up to sovereign power as their leader. But in legal standing in the courts of this land, they have no standing. None whatsoever. That's just what it is. They have no standing. None whatsoever. I don't care how much we try to pray. I got a charter. I got a charter. They just have no standing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Don't be mad at me. I mean, now, this document here that the prophet filed is a document that's trying to show you something. This document here, 1010-5905, this document is basically the document that explains what the function of this movement or organization is. And in order to truly understand the function of the movement or the organization, you must understand Heard's revised statute. Now, what is Heard's? I'm just going to take 805 because when you look at those who are forming this hypothesis of 805, as you can see right here, I'm going to show you what 805 is. 805 is a statutes. And these statutes show you what is allowed under the corporation if you are a part of it. Now, listen to this. And I'm going to show you why nothing has been done. This 805 ILCS 11042. It says, any corporation that may be formed for the religious purpose under this act or any law of this state for the incorporation of religious society may receive land. Ask the people where the land they receive. By gift, legacy, or purchase, and may erect a building thereon, such as such houses, building, or build thereon such houses, building, or other improvements as it may deem necessary for the convenience and comforts of such congregation, church, or society, and may lay out and maintain thereon a burial ground. We're talking about a society here. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in 1926 purchased this land right here on this flyer. Moorish American pilgrimage to their temple grounds on the something 37th and Federal Street. You see, and this should be August 31st, 1926. You understand what I'm saying? This is why, to function as a society. Now, what happened to the land? That's another story. That's another show. However, land was purchased. In accordance with this, may receive by gift, land, or purchase. They ain't never say squat. It never said squat. But this land was purchased because the prophet asked, do you want your own town? Do you want your own police? Do you want your own this? Do you want your own that? That's what the prophet asked, right? And so when the prophet asked that, he was putting things in motion to achieve that. So what does that say? That concludes my presentation. I'm going to leave it hanging in the air. What does that mean? That means that if you're not moving on the functionality of Hirsch Without statue, you don't even have a burial ground to bury your dead. You don't even have some land to build on, to build schools, and all of that's in Hirsch Without statue. All of that's in Hirsch. It gives a statue, gives you the description of what's permissible under the filing. Why? What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? There must be a missing piece. Something have to be missing. For in 3 short years, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you see what I'm saying? They can take land whenever they want, clearly. So what's the point? Brother, it's a saying in the Moorish Science Temple of America saying, don't fall by climbing. I mean, don't fall by climbing. The problem is we need to do what we have to do. That's it. Now, let's have a reading from the newspaper of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in a minute. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. So we're going to read an article real quick, and then I'm going to get out of here. My mobile's got something smelling good upstairs. Somebody do. Good night. I'm ready to get busy. Y'all see how they calm down? See, y'all better thank Sister Robin. Sister Robin calmed me down. Y'all know Sister Robin, huh? Y'all met Sister Robin. Good goodness of the nerves. She didn't calm me down. Good goodness. She calmed me down, family. She calmed me down. She did something. I don't know what she did. She put something in the soup. Hey, man. Sister Robin put something in the soup. You know what I mean? So check this out. I want to share this with y'all, right? So what happened is this. What we got to understand is that we are and should be building on the principles of a religious society, right? That's the bottom line. If we're not building on the principles of the religious society, then we miss the mark as it relates to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. We can talk about consular courts. We can talk about all of this other stuff until we begin to build on a religious society. There is not much we are going to get out of the Moorish Science Temple of America besides feeling good, healing yourself from emotional and spiritual trauma. But we need some earthly salvation. And this is the fact of the matter. We need some earthly salvation. And earthly salvation is only going to come through the collective efforts of building on body politic. All right? Building on body politic and religious society. That's it. Why? Because that's what the prophet set up. That's what the prophet set up. Now, let's read something that the prophet wrote. Or I ain't gonna say the prophet wrote. Don't quote me on that. It was written in the paper of the Moorish Guide. Let's see. Let's look at how this lays some stuff out. It says, the 5 principles upon which is the foundation of this divine movement comes to us through Allah. And they got an M, but I know that was a typo. But now check it out. It says, the Father of the universe, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice being brought through Noble Drew Ali, founder and teacher of these 5 divine holy principles of our forefathers. His work is enjoyed by us all, And no man has the power to destroy the holy covenant of these 5 principles laid down. Hold on now. Of these 5 principles laid down therein. It is a pity to see so many unbelievers who poke fun at their nationality. This is happening today. I mean, who poke fun at their nationality and their identification. Wherever I see or hear one speak, I merely say that they are to be pitied, for they know not what they are doing or saying. Soon after, I am quite composed over the situation, for my Father God Allah supports me with sufficient strength to overcome all these wrong sayings and doings of the unbelievers. Hold up, I missed my mark. Of the unbelievers, for where there is peace, there is love. Again, where there is peace, there is love. I pray daily to the Father of the universe that the time will come, that the time will not be long or far away when he, through his almighty power and love, will permit our noble prophet Drew Ali and we faithful and something, and it fades out. And then it comes on to say, reports coming from Detroit and other cities are to the effect that in every instance, the entire populace, Moors, unconscious, Moors, Europeans, and all gave a welcome to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that will be remembered for many years. It is believed that the results of the Prophet tour will be far-reaching in a way, swelling in the ranks and causing all within the ranks to stand by and give very possible assistance to the movement. Although it has not been wholly confirmed, advices indicate that Prophet Noble Drew Ali will make an entire circuit, visit everywhere a temple exists before returning to headquarters here in Chicago. It goes on to say here in Chicago, Moors, great things, and this is for us today. Moors, especially the noble temples, and I say especially the noble temples because we are working on some nice things that everybody can be a part of, regardless of what body you're a part of. But it goes on to say, Moors, great things are in store for us all in a short while. The movement under direction of its one and only founder is about to progress as it never has before. The time is near when the prophecies made a while back will come to light. A time when many of our lowly brethren will cry to be lifted up into the higher realm where real civilization and our real nationality exists. See, we've been playing. Here's the prophecy. Remain firm. Convince others. All the while that only through our founder's doctrine of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice can we advance in a manner in which all peoples of earth will respect and admire those of the Islamic faith. You see, this is the teaching of our prophet. And so, in accordance with that, I give a special honor to my brother and my friend, Bro S. McCallum Bay, a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples. He was on the road today and called me, say he was passing through Baltimore. He joined the Noble Temples last year by the way of the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. He's been a faithful member almost a year now. And I had the pleasure to issue him his nationality card in person. Issue him a Quran and a button. And as I said, this is in strict line with the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. For my divine minister's paper's sake, whosoever receive these ordination papers is to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Teach men the holy and divine laws and to obey the laws of the government, because our principle is to uplift all humanity. You are to set aside temples through the guidance of the Prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Teach men upon the hedges and highways. And lo and behold, the brother was coming down the highway and called me and said, I'm passing through Baltimore. You follow me? And said, I'm coming through Baltimore. And I said, Islam, have you received your nationality card yet? He said, no. And I said, you will receive it today. So he said, to teach men upon the hedges and the highways to repent from their sinful ways, that they may learn to love instead of hate. Honor to my brother, S. McCallum Bay, from Houston, Texas, Islam. And that concludes my show for tonight. Again, if anybody have any questions, I ask that you email me at taharkabay@yahoo.com. If you think you wish to come on the show and express yourself in a positive way, in a way that that can be respected by others with your respectful demeanor, basically, come on here with some respect and we can have a conversation. That's it. And so, in conclusion, I'm going to share one thing with you. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali says, and I'm going to break this down for you in conclusion, because this is says by whose authority, right? By whose authority? This is the name of this presentation. Now I'm going to show you from a divine perspective whose authority. If I can, where is that? Okay, there it is. Okay, there it is. So when we look at this 1010 document, which is a very unique document, if you know how to read it, it's an excellent document. So here we go. Hold up. Here we go. So while everybody focusing on the 1010 and expecting somebody to give him some authority, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali tells you in this document, the Moorish Science Temple of America deriving its power and authority from where? From the great Quran of Muhammad. All right? I didn't say this. Deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad. So first you must tap into the Moorish Science Temple of America idealistically, the spiritual Moorish Science Temple of America. Only then will you tap into the power and authority that comes from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and the truth of the great Prophet Ali here in America. The power and authority comes from Muhammad, the Quran of Muhammad, but you must understand what that means. Don't go Arab on me. Understand what that means. But when you understand the power and authority that comes from the great Quran of Muhammad, you are not, and I say you are not, to perpetuate Arab culture, Arab practices, and Arab principles. For the Prophet said to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the great Prophet Ali in America. and to establish the faith of Muhammad in America. What was Muhammad's faith? Islamism. Islam. Peace. But you must know the teachings and the learnings of the great Prophet Ali in order to do this. He didn't tell you to learn from the jurists in the Arab. Don't go Arab on me. Not right now. You are Moorish American. Don't go Arab on me. In order to extend the teaching and the learning of the great Prophet Ali, you must study, or you must get under a sheik, a divine minister that has been well taught, well studied, well meditated, well prayed up, and is a great observer of the Prophet's doctrine, and one who strives to unfold to perfection. No matter what mistakes have been made, strives towards perfection. No matter if you make a mistake tomorrow, make a speedy reparation, dust yourself off, and strive. For character is the gateway to knowledge, and knowledge is the gateway to wisdom. But before you can get the character, you have to get the discipline. Discipline is the gateway to character. You have to be disciplined. No discipline, no character. No character, no knowledge. No knowledge, no wisdom. No wisdom, no understanding. No understanding, you create your own hell. No understanding, you create your own hell. That's just what it is. And if you're tired of creating your own hell, understand this book, this pamphlet, and its character builders. Understand, if you choose to be a leader, take a couple business courses, study business on Google, do something, and understand how the Prophet moved. So you can move the same, and you won't mislead people, misguide people, take people money on a fictitious scam. Anybody who moved with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, they benefited. They walked away with something. Not only did they walk away with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they also walked away with earthly salvation. Food, clothes, shelter, and whatever you call money. Fiat, whatever. With that being said, peace and love, family. I appreciate you joining me. We're going to have some dynamic shows coming up. This is the all-new Moorish World TV. All-new Moorish World TV. So my question for y'all is very simple. If you was with the Prophet
this
then,
man was teaching Islam here ahead of everybody else.
if you was with the Prophet in 1929, you are with the Prophet now. If you was with the Prophet in 1928, you're with the Prophet now. If you was with the Prophet in 1927 and 26, you are with the Prophet now. I'm with the Prophet now because I was with him then. And that's just what it is. All right? Let's get right.
We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th State. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Flags on his head, yeah. Where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me? Are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey! Now what we gonna do about it? About to know what you Ali, he knew about it. Listen, I'm the third, fourth generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate, all the crazy misinformation. He can stop. With all the bread I'm taking you up, welcome the plot. To keep them on top and leave us at the bottom with the mouth we call the prophet in the heart. You forgot
right here. This the sister right here that she done put something in the soup. I done calmed down a little bit. And we teach deep lessons in the Moorish Science Temple of America style, that's the Noble Temple. And she really encouraged me to teach a little more, teach a little harder, and teach in such a way that, you know what? They still gonna get this work. Just teach the lesson. She went a step further to say and said you should document every lesson that you teach and put it on the website. And that way you ain't got to be on the phone all day, every day. Honor to my wife, my queen, my mobitis, Sister Robin Wilkins L. Islam. Let's go. Get yourself something.
Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, fans on his head? Hey! Where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him, when they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me or are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is now. Hey! I hear you talking, but show me what you producing. The enemy loves it, and we here talking stupid. Up in the courts, getting beat up in the hallway. The king talents on the ground, it's gonna be a long day. Make me wanna cry, can't deny it. You see my people so misguided. Why in the world we so divided? All we gotta do is use what the prophets provided. Always trying to take the shortcut, repeating weird stuff like we on the short bus. The world is watching, and people waiting for us to stand up and do the Moorish nation. Hey, where was y'all at in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had birth, we was in the grave. The land up and down. Hey, where was y'all when he was on the milk crate, going hard on 35th State? Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, flags on his head? Hey!
I'm a fool. Got simple enough to know I'm a fool. And they gonna never argue with you that I'm not a fool. And wouldn't come in your house or come among you and say I'm a fool if I didn't feel in my heart, in my mind, in my soul that I am. Tell you, goddammit, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No more. So if I say it, I mean it. If I mean it, sure. I say it. I understand.
Where was y'all in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had blood. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate, going hard at 35th State? Where was y'all when he only had the flag on Indiana Avenue, flags on his head? Hey, where was